Hey guys, it's your girl Tash and I'm back again with yet another tutorial on how to take out braids that are left in for a long period of time, and the aim is to remove the braids without causing too much breakage or damage to the scalp. So this client left his hair in for 2 months, which is over the recommended time, but he did very well in maintaining his braids for it to last this long. Although leaving your braids in for a long period of time results in a lot of hair growth, it can also cause a lot of damage at the same time, so it's not worth leaving your braids in for more than a month or so. So I'll be answering a few of my most commonly asked questions as I take out these braids. So I always try to remove the braids before wetting the hair. I know some people recommend wetting their hair and they think it will be easier to take the braids out when the hair is wet, but that is not true. And the reason I say that is because some ear textures, especially 4C ear textures like this, they're very prone to water, meaning that water will make the hair more tangled. So we all know that when we wash our 4C hair, it shrinks a lot. So if you wet your braids with water before you take them out, then the braids are gonna shrink even more, which makes it rip out and tear even more when you try to take them out. So guys, please try to remove the braids before getting your hair wet. So the first question I want to answer is, how long can I leave my braids in for? So although braids can last anywhere between 2 to 8 weeks, depending on which kind you go for or how you wear them, you should be prepared to grease your scalp regularly. Especially if you go swimming or happen to sweat a lot, your scalp will require some extra TLC. I recommend you keep your braids in for 3 to 4 weeks if you want your hair to grow and to grow healthy. And if you want them to last this long, you have to also take really good care of it to avoid a lot of breakage. Here are some thoughts that can help you take better care of your hair when it's in braid. I recommend rehydrating your hair daily with my Speechless Hair Growth Blend, which contains a variety of different essential oils that are good for your hair and your scalp. Because some essential oils are very good for your scalp, but they don't usually work on their own. So I created the perfect blend of essential oils to deliver the best hair growth and hair care results, and the results are documented on my Instagram and some videos on my YouTube channel here as well. And I usually recommend that you apply my hair growth blend every 3 days or every other day for the best result, but avoid getting your hair wet with water, especially if your hair texture is a 4C ear texture. As I said to you guys before, 4C ear texture is very prone to water. So this is because some hair textures, such as 4C ear texture, will start to frizz or tangle when water is applied. So if you're doing sports or going to the gym and you sweat excessively, I recommend you cover your hair with a dome or a do-rag to help soak up the sweat so that your braids doesn't frizz out too much. So as you can see guys, I remove his braids without breaking the hair or damaging his scalp. The second question I want to answer is, will my hair grow faster if I leave it in for a long time, say like 3 to 4 months? And my answer to this is, one of the reasons we put our hair into protective styles such as box braids, twists, and cornrows is to give our strand a break and to allow our hair to retain length. However, leaving in a protective style like box braids, twist, or cornrow for too long will undo all of that protection and make your hair prone to breakage. Unfortunately, keeping your cornrows in for longer than about 6 weeks won't result in any additional growth. Hair will continue to become tangled and could even begin to turn into dreadlocks if you're not careful. And the third question is, what is my hair type? Guys, while hair types chart vary in what hair qualities they feature, one factor they always include is texture. Hair texture generally refers to the natural shape or pattern of your hair strands. If you're unsure about which category you fall in, leave your hair free of products and let it dry the next time you wash it. If it dries straight without bend or curl, then you have straight hair, and that is type 1. So if your hair dries with a slight curve or a S shape, then it's considered wavy, which is type 2 hair. If your hair dries with a defined curl or loop pattern, you have one of 2 curl types. That's a type 3 hair. Coily hair texture is classified in the type 4 category and is often called a natural hair type. It's characterized by dense spiral zigzag patterns and shrinkage that occurs when its tight coils go from wet to dry. So this hair type is more fragile and prone to breakage than others, requiring a more specialized hair care routine, such as this one. So this client's hair is a 4C hair texture with a shrinkage level of up to 75%, which is a lot of shrinkage. And that leads to my fourth question. How do I know what shampoo to use in my 4C hair? And the answer is that different 4C hair texture not only have a different level of shrinkage, but each 4C hair texture also have a porosity level. You may have heard of the term hair porosity and wonder what it means, right? So essentially, hair porosity is about your hair's ability to absorb and retain moisture. The porosity of your hair affects how well oils and moisture pass in and out of the outermost layer of your hair, known as the cuticle. So one of the ways you can measure the porosity level of your hair is to take some strands of your hair and make sure that you use some clean strands. Don't use any products in your hair because using products can alter the result. So you're gonna drop the hair into a glass of water and let the hair sit there for a few minutes. And if the strands float after the time is up, then that means that you have a low porosity hair. So if it sinks, the hair is likely to be a high porosity hair. So let me just repeat that again. Put some of your hair, and make sure the hair is clean, into a glass of water. And if the hair floats on top of the water, the porosity level of your hair is low. And if the hair sinks, that means the porosity level of your hair is very high. So if your hair is high in porosity, then you will need to be mindful of the shampoo that you use, especially because shampoo with a lot of sulfate can lead to dryness, itching, and tangling if you have high porosity hair, especially 4C hair textures that can be very high in porosity. I recommend sulfate-free shampoo, which will help your high porosity hair to retain its moisture and remain soft and hydrated. So guys, please check out my Speechless Hair Growth Shampoo, which is sulfate free and specially made for hair that are dry and brittle and frizz a lot. Guys, I experimented a lot with this just to find the right formula. So please take advantage of my 20% off sale from now until the 1st of January. So that's 20% off all my hair care products. So from shampoo to deep conditioner to leave-in conditioner and my famous Speechless hair growth blend. So 20% off everything until the 1st of January. So my fifth and final question that I'll be answering in this video is, what is the best way to protect my hair at night when I'm sleeping? So my recommendation is to cover your hair with a silk or satin do-rag or to sleep with a silk pillow. I don't like silk pillows cause I sleep bad and my head always slip off anyways. So I prefer to tie my hair with a silk do-rag or a scarf, but using a silk pillowcase for your hair will reduce friction as you sleep, thereby reducing friction. Friction is often the reason why split ends occur, and neither is it great for anyone prone to frizzy hair. So guys, that's all my Q&A for now inside this video. But please follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok to get more updates on my clients and their hair growth journeys, and to also see more hair care routine for different hair textures, etc. Guys, please also don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And before I go, I just want to say to all my subscribers, big up on yourself, one love.